In recent times, there's been an increase in crimes using personal information compared to the past. The management of personal information has become stricter to the extent that a personal information protection law has been enacted.
What does this mean? My personal information, which only you have, is being leaked. I apologize. Could you please calm down for a moment? Take responsibility. Find the culprit and fire them.
Now, with such incidents happening one after another, we, the Overseas Sales Department, were called to the President's office. There's no doubt that personal information from our company has been leaked. It is the result of your lax information management. You'll be held accountable. Severest pay will be provided, but you don't need to come to work starting tomorrow. Huh? And so, we were unreasonably dismissed as we were falsely accused. After being fired, I walked through the back corridor of the department store. The company I was fired from was a major department store where I had worked and built my career since graduating. To be fired for such a thing, it's unbelievable. Officially, it's a retirement due to company reasons, but in reality, we were scapegoats.
Hey, Tadamichi. Ugh, you look terrible.
Izumi Nogisawa, the daughter of the president earlier, and my fiancé.
Tadamichi, I'm sorry, but our engagement has been canceled.
Huh?
It's only natural, isn't it? Since you're no longer in a position to inherit the company together with me. I also have something I want to do, so I'm sorry.
And thus, on this day, I lost both my job and my fiancé. What should I do now? I mutter while packing my personal belongings into a box in the office. The reality of losing my job hasn't sunk in yet.
What are you gonna do now, Kusano-san? This is really sudden, isn't it?
I got fired, huh? What should I do?
Let's look for a new job. There's no point in looking back anymore.
Those words gave me a little encouragement. Well, let's introduce myself. My name is Tadamichi Kusano. I'm currently unemployed and 28 years old.
Here, it's tea I bought at the shop earlier.
And the girl sitting next to me is Futaba Wakamiya. She used to be my junior colleague in the same department before we were both fired. Since we were colleagues in the same department, I think we get along well. As for what we are doing now, it's job hunting. Well, it was Futaba's suggestion that we decided to go to the countryside. Losing my job and breaking off the engagement. It's so tough.
Yeah, but there's nothing we can do about what happened in the past.
Oh, job hunting, huh? In the midst of the urban turmoil, I'm starting to lose confidence.
Well then...
And that's what she suggested. A job at a rural inn. And we arrived at a station in a deserted town. I'm exhausted. Isn't it a bit too far?
I guess it was, but it's probably better to be this far away from the city.
It's amazing that there's a station where you can't even use electronic cars nowadays. It's shocking for someone like me who lived in the city. Just one train every 2 hours is also shocking. I can't believe she found a job posting here. That's what I thought as we walked towards the inn. After walking for 30 minutes, we finally reached the inn.
Yay! Solo barbecue was amazing! Right? Eating meat and rice alone in the outdoors! Woohoo! It's awesome! I know, right, Ku-chan? That's right, Su-chan!
We spotted a strange woman who seemed to be playing 2 roles by herself in front of the inn. What is that? As we looked at her in amazement, our eyes suddenly met.
You saw that?
We never wanted to! We found ourselves being confronted by a strange woman for some reason.
Well, you know, there's no one else around, so it gets lonely. I was talking to my imaginary friend Ku-chan.
The woman in front of us laughed as she said that, but... An imaginary friend, huh? What a sad person she is.
Hey! You just thought of me as a sad person, didn't you?
Are you a psychic?
So, what brings a couple to this countryside? Oh, are you customers without a reservation? Job opening? Huh? Oh,
What do you mean, oh? You definitely forgot about it, didn't you? And she said customers. Does she work here?
no, I just remembered.
That means you had forgotten it.
Shut up! Let me introduce myself and forget that I forgot about it. I'm Suzune Momochi, a 23-year-old beauty. I am a beauty. The one and only manager of this inn, Super Rural Inn.
You are so loud. Her tone of voice, her pose, the name of the inn, her self-introduction. Everything about her is really strange. And, as we were prompted, we entered the inn. It's a splendid inn that doesn't look like it's in the countryside.
So, you weirdos came all the way from the city to work here, right? You pass. So, you will start working as soon as you move in. Yeah, you're young and energetic. That's good enough for me.
While thinking that was way too easy, I asked her, well, I appreciate that, but before that, do customers really come here?
Well, they do. It's quiet season now, but this is the only inn in town, so... We have tourists and guests who use it for accommodations during ceremonies and events. Surprisingly, there are quite a few.
I see. In that case, I suppose it's sustainable as a business. That's where I found reassurance. I wouldn't want to be employed and then have it go bankrupt right away.
You can use this room. I've cleaned it already.
And so, half a month later, I finished organizing my belongings and moved into this super rural inn. However, it's quite a remarkable name for an inn. It certainly leaves an impression, but...
Work starts tomorrow. You can use whatever's in the inn. Oh, but please don't touch the computer. It's used for storing customer info. Well, I'll explain everything in detail tomorrow. Oh, Kusano-san, hi.
There's Futaba, dressed as a maid. Apparently, she decided to work here and moved in right away. That was quick.
Oh, Suzune-san. The guests who only use the hot springs went home. I saw them off. Okay, thanks. Work is so much easier now. All right, since there are no reservations today, let's have a welcome party for you guys. Let's have tons of meat.
And that night, we ate and drank to our heart's content.
Keep grilling and keep drinking. Eat to your heart's content.
Oh, Momouchi-san, you're so generous.
Hey, you should call me Suzuna-sama, or the Majestic Boss.
Majestic boss! You are the best! Finally, on this day, Futaba and I took a step forward on a new path. Now, while we were having such a feast...
To think they got a job at a rural inn, they've gone quite far. So they said if I'm given money, I might spill the beans? Yes, what should we do? What's the demand, depending on the situation?
We had no idea about the exchange happening between Izumi and the woman. Now, as for the job I was assigned, it mainly involves cleaning and attending to guests. Futaba handles customer service and helps with cooking. Otherwise, Suzune just told us to work flexibly. Well, it's my first time doing this kind of job, so it feels refreshing. Compared to the busy days of chasing quotas, it's really peaceful.
Kusuno-san, a group of guests is here. I need your help.
Understood. I'll come as soon as I finish up here.
Good work. We had many guests today, huh? I made lots of staff meals, so please eat.
After 10 p.m., it finally became the time for us to turn the lights off, and we finally had our meal.
Apparently somebody passed away in the neighborhood. I can't entirely be happy about having those guests then. But anyway, I'm grateful that you came here.
You've been running this inn alone since inheriting it from your grandmother, right? It must have been tough.
Well, it's a promise with Grandma. I said, I'll definitely protect this inn that Grandma inherited from Grandpa.
Suzune was reminiscing and cherishing the past. I used to have such conviction when I was working at my previous company, but it would be a lie to say that I have no regrets. But I can't bring myself to go back now.
But you know, I can give you one good thing that happened from the two of you coming. Not feeling lonely! When there are no customers, I don't have to call my imaginary friends anymore! Do you get how lonely it was to be alone in this big inn for days? Eventually, you start to hear hallucinations. Hello? Can you hear me? Let's talk! Bother!
Hey, that hallucination just set the spell of destruction! In summary, it seems that being alone here makes you go mad. What a beautiful night sky. You can't see this kind of scenery in the city. The gentle breeze blowing after taking a bath is pleasant, and you can keep looking up at the night sky absent-mindedly.
Hey, Kusano-san?
Hey, Futaba. Futaba comes over. She's also wearing a yukata, so she must have come to cool off after taking a bath too.
This place is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, there are no convenience stores or entertainment facilities. It's inconvenient, but this peacefulness is really nice. Come to think of it, when I was working at the department store, every day was really tough. It was just a life of working and going home to sleep. I can't say that getting fired was a good thing, but this is a good place for sure.
Kusano-san, do you want to stay here forever?
Before getting too cold, we went back inside and tried to go back to our rooms, but suddenly, Futaba asked me that. Forever, huh? I wonder. I haven't thought about the future yet. What about you?
Well, I guess. How about I just follow you? Good morning!
A few days later, Suzune wakes me up by jumping on my futon in the morning. The inn should be closed today, though. Let me sleep a little longer. It's a day off.
I don't care. Come on, get up.
And so, I was forced to wake up on my day off. So, what are you gonna buy? Before I knew it, I was driving a rented car.
There are quite a few things to buy. There are many consumables and such.
She has someone deliver the groceries, but it seems she occasionally has to go far to buy daily necessities in bulk. By the way, Futaba is staying home. She's going to take care of the phone calls. Damn it, I should have done that too. After some shopping, we had our meal at the food court.
Does this count as a date too?
Huh? I don't think so.
You're so boring. Well, you have Futaba-san anyway, I guess.
Futaba? There's nothing between me and her.
What? But would a non-couple come this far together? Well then, maybe I should try to have you date me.
Suzune grinned smugly, as if to test me. Yeah, stop teasing an older guy.
Stop ignoring a cutie's invitation. So, what's the relationship between you two? If it's not lovers, what is it?
Come to think of it, I haven't explained that, have I? I awkwardly chuckled. I'm at a loss for what to say. Meanwhile, as for my ex-fiancé...
So, how was it? Do you think they will leak the info? Yes. Therefore, I did as you instructed, ma'am. I see. Thanks. Anyway, it seems Tadamichi was really unlucky. I wonder what he will think when he learns the truth. I'm not just a useless president's daughter. I'll show you that to you, Tadamichi.
Izumi murmured and smiled. We've been here for a few months now. Suzune's voice echoed loudly.
You finally got used to it and now you say this? I'm sorry. I thought about it, but I realized it's not right for me. Oh, man.
Suzune seemed a bit shocked. Well, I can understand how she feels when she suddenly wants to quit.
Hey, Kusano-san, say something to her.
Suzune suddenly turned to me. Does she want me to convince her to stay? Well, everyone has the freedom to choose their life. I can't say anything.
But still. Huh, we got a call.
Our conversation was interrupted by the ringing phone.
Hello, sorry for the wait. This is Super Rural Inn. Yes? Oh yes, I'll be here. Tomorrow? Okay, sure. Huh? Okay, I'll look into it.
And she became awkward after that call. I wonder what it was about. On that day, I was once again gazing at the night sky absent-mindedly after taking a bath. Futaba was with me again, and suddenly, she lowered her head.
Kusano-san, I'm sorry. I'm quitting even though I'm the one who invited you.
No, it's fine. You have your own life to live. I wonder if I should think about getting a different job too. Only you can choose your own path. Whether to stay here or go somewhere else, you have to decide for yourself. Meanwhile, Suzune started up her computer and looked at it alone in the office.
I'm quite lazy, but I guess that worked out for the best this time around. I see. This was the day when Kusano-san and I went out together alone, huh? Well, what a surprise. Or how should I put it? You never know what secrets people have, huh?
The next morning, as usual, we got changed and gathered at the inn's office.
No sleepover guests today. Just be prepared for a quick visitor.
A visitor? Is this some important person from the town coming for an inspection?
Well, something like that. So when they come, we'll handle it together. Understood.
And then, the visitor arrived by car in the early afternoon. And it was...
What? You are...
Futaba was the first to exclaim in surprise when she saw that person. I also opened my eyes wide and looked at that person. Izumi, my former fiancé.
Hello. I came to see Tadamichi Kusano. Well, I wish I could have said that, but...
She glanced at me for a moment, wearing a slightly nostalgic expression. And then, her sharp eyes shifted towards Futaba.
I have something to discuss with you, Futaba Wakamiya. You... What could it be?
Izumi was looking straight at her. On the other hand, Futaba avoided eye contact and seemed a little frightened. Hey, Izumi! Anyone would be scared when you suddenly show up and give such a scary look, you know? We got fired, and that's over, right?
No, it's not over, because we finally found out the truth. Futaba Wakamiya, we found out that you were the one who leaked the personal information of our VIP customers.
What? Those words had a considerable impact on me. Was Futaba the main cause of us getting fired?
That's awful! What evidence do you have to say such a thing? You're going to play dumb? Well, it doesn't matter. It will become clear in court. Court? I investigated the case privately. I hired an investigator and went to visit all our clients to gather information. After that, I contacted all the companies that called our clients. And one of them told us they bought our client list from a broker. So I got the info off of that broker. From there, it was easy. I just asked the broker who sold them the info. As expected from an illegal broker, once I paid them some money, they happily told us everything.
Well, I won't ask her how much money she paid. It must be a big amount, though. Whoa, you've gone quite far.
Well, we also have various types of customers, you know. We asked for maybe I shouldn't say it.
Scary. Well, I used to work for the same company. I have some ideas on who exactly she's referring to.
So, I found out it was you, Futaba Wakamiya. Well, it looks like you sold our list to all the brokers you could find.
Saying that, Izumi shrugs her shoulders. On the other hand, Futaba's expression has become extremely grim.
Ooh, that's scary. That face of yours. It's the face of a criminal who's been caught. So, anything to say about my evidence? You asked for it. What about you, Kusano-san? Do you believe me? You trust me, right? And you too, Suzune-san. You believe that I didn't do such a thing, right?
She shouts with a teary expression. I don't understand. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe you anymore. I can't trust you. Huh? As you know, I'm quite lazy, so I consolidate the handwritten guestbook entries on the computer only when I have time. Yesterday, when I checked as I was told by Nogisawa-san on the phone, For some reason, the browsing history of the day when Kusano-san and I went shopping was displayed. What? You told her to check even that?
Then Futaba glares at Izumi. I guess her true identity has been exposed.
Were you planning to sell the information of our guests too? That's why you were gonna quit and run away. Don't mess with me!
Suzune finally raises her voice in anger. They were getting along so well, but that can change in an instant. Hey, could it be? Did you come to this rural place because of that?
Well, of course you wanted to run away far and feel safe, right? A typical criminal. You involved Tadamichi and camouflaged it as if it were normal behavior. Yeah. Everything you said was right. Well done.
At this point, she had no intention of hiding anything anymore. She reveals her true identity without hesitation.
So, what are you gonna do? Report it to the police? Well, with that level of crime, at most you'd only get a sentence of less than a year or a fine of less than 1 million. I see, you've done your research. But it's definitely worth suing you, right? In both criminal and civil courts. We'll do it thoroughly, so be prepared for that. Huh?
With a dark aura surrounding her, Izumi's smile was enough to frighten Futaba.
Sorry, Tadamichi. I'll take her to the police.
Who could it be? A woman came out of the car and took the son of Futaba away. Izumi, you...
I was finally able to clear your suspicions. But still, my father probably won't be able to ask you to come work for us again because it would compromise his image. I'm sorry. As his daughter, I'm in a position to inherit the company, and I can't go back to being engaged with you. So I'm sorry. But before we said goodbye, let me say this one thing. I really loved you. Kusano Tadamichi.
Tears flow from Izumi's eyes. She must have come this far just to clear my false charges. Thank you, Izumi. I'm glad you were my fiancé. With those words, she seemed satisfied and left. With various things going on and my heart in disarray, I tried to return to the inn.
Don't cry. I don't really understand, but is this also heartbreak? Alright, actually cry. Cry your heart out. I'll be right by your side today.
Suzune gently places her hand on my back.
Hey, please don't say that you're quitting too, okay? Don't leave me alone.
Strangely, I felt an inexplicable sense of relief from her words. Now, let me tell you what happened afterwards. Futaba was taken to the police, but unfortunately, there wasn't enough evidence for serious charges. However, she's facing a storm of lawsuits from all the department stores and VIP customers who suffered damages. I wonder how much the compensation amount will be. We can only wait for the trial results.
Compensation charges remain even if I declare bankruptcy? Seriously?
And, as an apology for this incident, the department store I used to work for created a new travel package. That's right. The Super Rural Inn became the official destination for their new travel package.
Well, if I get some free time, maybe I should go on a trip there.
Jeez, it's so busy! I liked how it used to be a more laid-back inn!
Shut up! Stop complaining! I'm so busy I want to cry too!
Thanks to that, our workload has increased dramatically. Well, let's think of it as a happy turn of events.
Tadamichi, I'll leave that to you! Oh, and don't forget we have a date tomorrow!
Yeah, I got it. And you too. Don't forget that either, Suzune. We're managing the inn together as a couple. That's right. We become partners both personally and professionally.